that's a take. That's a take that I hate having to retract because I think I built our platform on
Wild
mileage,
takes. Yeah, wild ass takes for sure.
mileage of that yank. I built our platform off of that. Like, hey, that yank got some miles on it. It's all right with me. But I'm sitting down in my home very comfortably. Nice house shoes on, comfortable sweats. Couldn't have been more comfortable, man. If I could have had a butler in this bitch, I might not have been more comfortable. I'm watching Cam Newton pod on the big screen. This 65 John 4K, beautiful, crispy, and young Daphne was sitting across from Cameron Newton. Now, I said I was going to stop watching Cam Newton because I watched him interview Saucy Santana, and I was confused for like 42 minutes. I cut it off. I ain't watched the whole joint, but for 42 minutes, I was confused. Like,
Okay.
Cam, is you bored? You
Listen,
you you stuck? You trying to get some ratings, bro? What's going on with Cam?
he want to be innovative, I guess. I mean, that's the game, ain't it? Right? Like it does appear that people that's stepping outside of their comfort zones, or you know, like you got to be, I guess, polarizing in some sense. Dare to be different, I guess, and in all aspects of life. I guess I don't know. I just, I personally didn't fuck with Cam's show because I just think he's just a little too over the top for me. I guess like he seems a little bit excessive. You know, I ain't trying to judge nobody either. Like where it's like, I got a personal problem with the man. It's more so like it's just not in my cup of tea. I guess like it's the way he deliver it. It's like I don't know. He be high pitched and shit, and then he be monotoned and the
Oh, he
dude.
was reaching. He was reaching for the stars with that one. He was reaching for the stars with that one. He's sitting there with Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana talking about he liked to go to the projects because they was walking around with no shoes on. They was smoking. They was fucking, and he had to break that information to his mama. And I was just sitting there like, huh, hmm. We who wrote the questions, Cam? Like whoever wrote Shannon Sharp questions need to go fuck with Cam because I knew there was some very good questions Cam could have asked in a respectful manner that would have gave all of us some insight on that situation. But he sat down with Daphne. Shorty's on a world tour. Pretty young lady. Pretty young lady. I don't want y'all to get this twisted. That's a pretty young lady. And we've seen some of her work. We have.
Too
You
much.
can't avoid it. If you got the internet on your phone, you can't avoid it.
I can though.
What you mean? So you
Yeah,
ain't seen the joint?
gang, motherfuckers just showed me quite naturally. I'm not going to this shit. G, I don't want to see Diddy in the corner like I done seen him. Like that shit just. It's like I want to say, you know what I'm saying? Like Diddy shouldn't be in jail and like for the shit that he in jail for, in my opinion. But then, my nigga, when you see Diddy ass in the corner, full machismo with the nipples, like just, oh my God, gang. It's like, brother, you need to be somewhere.
He deserves it. Hey,
You
whatever
like,
they said he did that shit.
you did that shit, my nigga. You wild as hell. Like, to be like, gang, for one to be this famous, knowing that in the world y'all live in, this would be different if 90s. All right. Technology ain't, social media ain't, you know what I mean? Cool. Diddy, gang, at 2020, you still filming shit like this, gang.
Yeah. From the bad angle too. Filming it from the bad angle.
Oh man,
A
it,
not flat a non-flattering angle, Sean.
you doing drive-bys with the oil.
You fucking up the rhythm to put more oil on the joint. But I'm not even talking about that work. I'm not even talking about that work. I'm talking about her other work because I have access to the internet and I'm curious. I have an inquisitive mind. If I hear something's out there on the internet, I have to go find it. Rachel Dolezal, I seen you too. And Rachel Dolezal got ass too. For a white lady, you don't remember Rachel Dolezal? She was the white lady who had braids. And she was like the head of some black organization. And everybody found out one day on a humble that Shorty wasn't black. She was cosplaying black. So as soon as they found out Shorty was really white in her real life and she wasn't black, like that was the big deal. Like, oh shit, Shorty not even black. Well, times got hard and she started her OnlyFans because she realized that she had some body and she realized that niggas was on her body. Like niggas was like, yo, I'll smoke her white boots. So she put that thing on the internet and that yank was out there and the files may have come across my table. Look at the files. They may have come across my table. I don't know. I'm not judging. Shout out to Rachel though. Come home. The kids miss you. Um but for Daphne, I'm just looking at the joint. I'm looking at her body of work, and I'm just like, you know what? This shit, you went too far into the danger zone, Daphne. And doing all these interviews, doing all these podcasts, sitting down in front of everybody with a microphone isn't going to fix this. You got that stink on you that WAP talked about that nobody's going to like. Once you got that stink on you, nobody's going to like it. And I understand that thought process today. Now, when Keisha from On the Way got that stink on her, hey, the game is the game. But Daphne, you got that stink on you. You are officially off the CGI list. You off the CGI list. You can no longer get it. You are off the list. Pam Grier, you still number one on the list. Pam Grier did an article the other day. She like 76 years old. She was talking about having a 72-hour orgasm. Vibes. Top tier vibes.
I peeped that. I
I
peeped that.
need that in my life. That old thing, that old thing she talking about coming through on Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, and orgasming from Friday till she leave on Monday.
I wonder if it's stank.
I hope it do. Like not stink like bad stink, but like I hope it gives me like a reminiscent vibe. I hope it has like I hope her walk by air smells like the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I want that sit down air to smell like the 80s. I just want to be taken back to a moment when she sit down on the couch, on the leather couch.
WAP only accounted the 80s for like 6 months. I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't want nothing that smell like the 80s though.
I want it to smell like the 80s. Hey, Pam Grier. If Pam Grier is listening to the pod, I know she's a fan. Just send a mason jar of your walk by air. Send that to the pod. We need that. We gonna open that and do a review on the pod. Your twerk air, your sit down air, whatever you want. Put it in the mason jar. We're gonna review it on the pod.
No, Pam Grier was a bad woman though. Like definitely like if
Fucking Foxy Brown, bro.
I was in the 70s, like yeah, she probably like and that's why I say like with social media and how everything is in society, like Pam Grier was like must see. Like, you know what I'm saying, in the 70s. Like she like the baddest black woman on the planet. Like no bullshit. And Like to say you hit Pam Grier, like do you know like what type of nigga you is?
I'm calling my uncle. I'm rolling over and I'm calling my uncle. Pause if applicable. I'm calling my uncle Robert and I'm letting him know. Yo, you wanna know who I just laid it down right now, Unc. You wanna know who I laid down right now? I laid down Pam. And he gonna say, "What you talking about, nephew? What you talking about, nephew? You lying, you lying." And I'm gonna FaceTime him. I'm gonna be like, smell my finger. Smell my finger, Unc. My Uncle Robert will go crazy. That nigga's Jerry curl would turn into a fucking blowout if he knew I had Pam Grier in that manner. Disrespectfully, of course. It's been a while since we recorded. We had to take a hiatus. I ain't going front though. I'm not going front. We might be the best pod out because we predicted exactly how the finals will go. WAP, WAP the Prophet talked about the Knicks being the most expensive starting five. We know them niggas ain't gonna be assembling. Dolan came out before and during the fucking parade, which is fire, by the way. A lot of niggas was mad at this. I loved it. Coming out during the parade just to say, hey, yo, I'm not hitting that second apron. Hey, we're having a great time today. I want y'all to remember this moment, embrace this moment, rejoice, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm not finna hit that second apron, all right? Just in case y'all was wondering. Look at all these young men on the stage right now, on the float. Look at all these young men on the float right now. You might not never see them in a Knicks jersey ever again. Mitchell Robinson, learn how to speak Chinese, brother. Get a bulletproof vest. You're going to Chicago. He's got a bull written all over him. He's got bulls written all over him. Who else can go?
I don't Mitchell Robinson ain't really like a major part of their core though. That's the thing. Like so like their core is their core. The starting five, Brunson, Bridges, the people that's been on the world, they've been on their little world tour too. You know what I'm saying? The starting five. And rightfully so. Because again, like I said, I'm holding motherfuckers accountable. Like y'all making this kind of money. Y'all put this team together for a reason. And and if it was even if it was just to beat the Celtics, right? Well, they was defending champions when y'all put this team together. So y'all was planning on beating the team that, by all means, barring the injury, probably was going to potentially repeat. Because I think if the Celtics was healthy last year and showed up to the NBA Finals against the OKC Thunder, they would have won. Because they're just a little bit better than them. Just like I think the Knicks, as a collective, is a little bit better than the Thunder, as they are currently. Uh, yeah, I mean, I just don't see the Knicks making no real serious moves either, because typically teams that won the title have not made drastic moves. But in the
And it's
East,
hard to.
it really is because you won. Why would you change? You know, at least give this team a chance to run it back. Maybe you add role players, you know what I'm saying, like off the bench players, because they still do need that. I think they do need to address somebody. Jordan Clarkson just ain't it right now.
Go get DiVincenzo back. Go get DiVincenzo back from Minnesota if you can. I think he's the missing piece for their future. He'll be a good bench guy. He's also a good tandem guy just in case Bridges is having an off night. You can put him at the two, or you can put Jalen at the two and put him at the one. I like that little tandem. And it also brings the Villanova boys back. But Jalen's not taking another pay cut. And we know this. We know Jalen's not taking another pay cut. So that's why this team, as assembled, isn't going to be the same. Uh, Cat.
Big cat in the house.
Cat gone, bruh. You gone, brother. Sorry. Dolan ain't sorry, and I ain't sorry. You're gone, brother. They're gonna swap you out for fucking Zach Edey. They're gonna trade you to fucking Memphis for Zach Edey or some shit.
I can't see them doing that.
He's out of here. He's out of here. He's paid. He's paid too much. You can't get rid of OG. He does a lot of shit that you can't find in other NBA players. And they didn't break the bank with OG, but Cat is gonna break the bank. So you got to get rid of Cat and find several niggas to replace Cat. Um, Motherfuckers getting carried away at the parade. I enjoyed watching the parade. I love when the small market teams don't win because I remember that OKC parade. It was sad, bro. It was sad. It was real sad. That Milwaukee parade was sad.
What you mean it was sad, bro?
It was just sad. Like when these small market teams win a championship, it just be it's a lot of lights and fucking special effects, but it's no heart in it. When Boston won, what they had 1 million people out there in Boston, and you know how Boston give it up, little racist, little fanatic, like you know how Boston give it up. I felt the love when Boston won the chip. When the Warriors won, I felt the love. When the Lakers won, it was a big deal. When these small market teams win, it's just like, damn, that's the best y'all could do. It just feels disappointing. It feels like a letdown. And that's why some of those championships feel like they really came and went because they from small market teams. So it just feel like it came and went. But the New York joint, they showed out. I seen Shorty twerking on the fucking traffic light. She was twerking on the traffic light and some white girl wouldn't let her get down off the traffic light. So she threw the white girl off the traffic light. Wham! She threw her off the joint. Then she started twerking, and the white girl came through, pulled her pants down. All you seen was an orange thong, and the white girl punching her shit. So she gets down, ass out, and she beat the white lady up. That felt really good to see. That's the shit that I want to see at a celebration event. Because just like a cookout at a or a function at the crib or at the park, it don't start until somebody has an altercation. We need that. There was a Latin young lady who took one of the trash cans, one of those New York themed trash cans, blue and orange. She took it, she dumped all the trash out on the sidewalk. Blah, blah, blah. And then she walked off. This was a big girl, too. And I was like, why would you do that? Why would you steal a trash can? Well, news came out yesterday, day before. Shorty was a exec with JP Morgan Chase. And they cut her loose. They fired her. The same JP Morgan Chase that had the Coke boat said we can't have an employee here that's stealing trash cans. And they had the Coke boat. The one from the wire that Mundopoulos was trying to get the Coke off of. You feel me?
No,
Crazy times we living in.
man, look, the Knicks fan base is just crazy. They whooped on them Spurs fans like they did, bro. That shit was like party. You was seeing that. I ain't gonna lie, it's like it just show you. It ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna say I didn't want the Knicks to win because I don't have no dog in the fight, but it just show you how casual people are when it comes to sports. Like in my opinion, people would call that passion. I call that casual. Why are you go whoop Carl Anthony Towns ass for losing? Why are y'all mad at these people for being a fan of a team? Like you're a fan of a team. Like that's too much for me. That's what I hate about sports. That's the one thing I hate about sports. The fanatics. or the casuals, people
But
who
you need the fanatics. What?
I mean, the players do. I don't need them. The players do because they still spend money and buy merchandise. That's how they get through contracts, and we get it. I get the players need that. The teams, the owners, they need that. I don't need that. WAP don't need that. WAP don't need to have a conversation with a fanatic because a fanatic is super biased. The fanatic don't have no logic behind their takes. The fanatic is just tell you. I would rather have Mikal Bridges than Giannis. Well, he just won the ring with us. They'll tell you some casual shit like that. Well, Giannis stay hurt, so you'll take the worst player, huh? That's okay, cool. People say shit like that when they're over passionate about their teams. I hear with Chicago Bulls fans all the time. You know who's a bad boy? The boy Randy Brown. Randy Brown was a bad boy. The nigga that pawned his rings.
Yo, I never heard nobody, but I can imagine the shit talk. Niggas is hype over Randy Brown. They buying Brown jerseys, getting crazy.
It's
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 all year. It's all year. All the same niggas that had the Kobe White jerseys.
it's the casuals for me, bro. Like I get it. Like most of the time, again, when you talking to people, they're a fan of their hometown teams, right? Passionate. But I think that's a casual conversation that most people that live in one city typically have. How about them Bears? How about them Bulls? Like you in Chicago, it's just a casual conversation. Then you talk to a motherfucker, you find out they don't really know what they talking about. Like real. I'm talking about two questions in, you find out a motherfucker don't know what they talking about.
It's just proximity. It's on TV the most, so you know the bare minimum because you can't run away from this shit. I can't run away from the fucking Redskins. I can't run away from the Redskins. Being in Virginia, I cannot run away from the Redskins. All right. And they love them out here. They still got the old logo out here. They didn't even transition. They're in disbelief. They don't call them the Washington Generals, whatever the fuck their name is. They don't call them that. They call them the Redskins today, and it's no. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're not the Redskins anymore. No, they're still the Redskins to these folks. Proudly, they got the old starter jackets, which is tough because I don't know how you kept that starter jacket in a good condition and you've been wearing it every day for 20 some odd years. But shout out to you, the people that be wearing the Redskins jackets out here.
I do be seeing them motherfuckers on the start. You right, I'm tweaking.
Them starters is tough. Them starters is die hard. I'm mad at myself. I don't know what I did with mine. I had the heat too. I had the heat joints. The first year that the Jaguars and the Panthers was expansion teams, my people's got a deal. So we was Panthered and Jaguar down. All starter material. I had like three different starter jackets for each team. That's how swaggy I was. But them shits was cheap because there was an expansion team. So I was like, yo, $20. We just want somebody wearing this shit. But yeah, don't lose your job over a little celebration. New York had a time, Juneteenth weekend. It was a vibe out there. I just know it. I wish I could have been there this weekend. Uh Reasonable Doubt 30th anniversary. Hove is doing a pop-up free concert right now as we speak. He did release the vinyl cassette 30 Rockefeller edition, whatever he want to call it, $1,500. It comes in a little milk crate, and it's all the vinyls, all the whole vinyls and cassettes for $1,500. So if you got that bread, go on and get you one. You can get all the whole vinyls and his cassettes for $1,500 in a collector's milk crate. And I'll put it right next to my Nas collection and my Spitter collection and box set. We'll air it on the pod when the shit gets delivered, because that's me. The draft happened last night. I was excited watching the draft because I don't think the prospects are that good. Now, I don't think this is the Anthony Bennett draft. I don't think this is that draft. It's not that bad, but I don't think it's that great either. And a key sign that it's not that great of a draft, all the OKC fans or fake fans or whatever are cheering when OKC draft a young bull from Michigan. We got a Wemby stopper. We got a Wemby stopper. And I'm watching Sun highlight reels. This ain't nothing but an athletic Zach Eady from Connecticut. That's all that is, or whatever the fuck Zach was from. I think he was from Connecticut.
Nah, he was on one Connecticut. It was
It was one of them teams.
damn, what's the name of that team? Fuck. But now, you're tripping, per usual.
I don't think he a Wemby stopper.
it it ain't even that. The draft was solid, bro. Draft was solid.
The Warriors pick was solid. Warriors first round pick was good. I think he's going to be a great replacement for Jimmy once we get Jimmy off the books. I think he'll be great. Good player, athletic, nice athletic, can go above the rim if he need to, can shoot if he need to, and he got a little bit of defense. He's just going to need some time. The rest of the draft, I like who the Bulls got. Everybody else, not too excited over who the Clippers got because they about to give Kawhi away for a ham sandwich. They matter of fact, they said that shit in all the trade rumors. As soon as he's cleared from the NBA investigation, these teams are interested in Kawhi Leonard.
But we know that though, because that's Kawhi though. Like, I mean, the Clippers, and to be fair, I say it's a little stain on his career for sure. This Clipper experiment was a failure by all means.
Yeah, duh. We knew that every Clipper experiment is a fail. Every single one of them, with the exception of Lob City.
That was a definite failure.
I think Lob City failed because of the Donald Sterling drama that one season. That last Donald Sterling season, I think they failed because of him. I think that was their best shot at it. They had hitters, they had Barnes, they had JJ, they had DeAndre, they had Blake, they had CP. I believe CP was healthy, but I think that Donald Sterling shit just took them out their game and they wasn't in the best position to win. And they went up against a buzzsaw called the Golden State Warriors. So that don't help either. And I think Golden State won that year.
It ain't about that though. It's you might be right still. I give you that. Far as the Clippers was more poised, the Kawhi Clippers, in my opinion, to win than the Clippers with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. I think for me, this is why I'm harsh on Paul George in the sense. Even though I would tell you personally, I do think he's better than Carmelo Anthony. Um, fuck you look at me like that for?
Paul George,
Yeah, better.
a better team player. I know you're not saying a better like one on one, like
Basketball
go
player.
get me a bucket. Go get me a bucket. You gonna pick Paul George over Melo?
No, I'm gonna pick Melo for the go get me a bucket situation because uh, yes, Melo is better than Carmelo. I mean, Melo is better than Paul George in certain aspects of the game for sure. Um, No.
Melo's a 3-level scorer. I just don't see Paul being a consistent 3-level scorer.
Okay. Kyrie Irving is a 3-level scorer, and he's not better than Russell Westbrook.
He's still got time though.
To do what?
He's still got time.
What? To do what? He can win another ring as a number two. That shit ain't gonna make him better than Russell Westbrook because he's gonna have to be a number two to a very great player.
He
And
already was.
yeah, but he had to do it again for me to even like remotely consider it. And then at this stage in his career, he's not as good as he was when he was like that prolific number two. So no,
Damn, Wop got the hot takes tonight. Y'all see this shit? Wop said,
Kyrie Irving is not a top 10 point guard ever. And there's no disrespect to Kyrie Irving by saying that. He is a great player though. He's absolutely a great player. He just get put in conversations that he should not be in. Just like Carmelo Anthony at times can get put in conversations he should not be in. And I'm not saying Paul George is just flat out better than Melo. I'm just saying he's slightly better than Carmelo Anthony due to largely the defensive gap. Like it's not even a question. He's a much better defender than Carmelo. Like clears him as a defender.
I don't know, man. I've one thing I've stopped holding against players is defense. One thing now, you can't be a turnstile like Luca, like James Harden. You can't be that bad at defense. But I really stopped holding defense against some of these niggas because I don't think it's a part of the game overall.
Okay. That's
I don't think it's a part of. I don't think anybody is sitting down and saying, "Yo, we need a defensive. We need a defensive player. We need to have a defensive mindset as a team." I don't think any coach is sitting down and doing that. So I can't hold that against players for not being defensive in their skill set no more. I just can't. It's crazy.
There's plenty of teams that still play great team defense.
Who?
The Minnesota Timberwolves, for
All
one,
right.
they play extraordinary. The San Antonio Spurs play great team defense. The
We're gonna
Oklahoma
drive you to the 7-6 nigga. We're gonna drive you to his side. He's
It's
gonna
not
play
even
help
just one.
defense.
Stephon Castle is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league.
And if you get past him, we got 7-6 French Bowl,
Hey,
the
that's
Eiffel Tower.
still team defense. It does not matter. You just fortunate to have that. Every team does not have a great perimeter defender and a great post defender. They don't. So defense, what you're trying to say to me is defense is much harder to play today because everything's so ticky tacky. All the rules favor the offensive players, but all
And
in
you got
all,
niggas that's running down the lane, throwing their head back like this before they even catch contact. You got actors. You got a nigga in Oklahoma that's Meryl Streep with the basketball.
no, you're not lying. I ain't saying you lying. You absolutely right. You absolutely right. It's a lot of flopping going on for sure in this era, but it it's still to me, bro. Like when it all boils down to defense, is still much part of the game. Typically, uh, when we're talking about like team concepts, no coach is not sitting here telling guys to not be accountable on defense. Like, of course, you coming up with your offensive schemes because yes, and that's still historically most players are offensively pursuant, right? Like they want to be good offensive players, of course. So that's just history. Uh, but when I look at again, when I look at like Carmelo Anthony, like I've seen times where he would be engaged in defense because most of the time defense is just effort. It's commitment to I want to shut you down, right? I'm locked in on my guy. And and what that's just like the bare minimums, right? For defense. I'm locked in on who I'm guarding. Now it's levels to the defense. What typically makes the other defenders a little bit better than the guys that just lock in is obviously ability, right? And then it would be IQ. Where now you know sets. You see what these guys are trying to do, and you might have been watching film and you might have seen like they usually get a back door every time on this play when they run this set. Like it's just always somebody just overcommit to the whatever. Good defenders peep up on that. They know that, and they like a LeBron. That's what made LeBron an exceptional roamer because he knew what people were going to do, and he would manipulate you and let you think he don't know what the fuck going on. But in reality, he calling out your whole play. He blowing it up on the spot. That's the difference between a Carmelo Anthony because Carmelo truly only cares about scoring 30. And too many of his teammates have said that about him. Like, that's just, Melo want to get that 30 ball. That's
And
not
some
a
rebounds. And he want to get some rebounds. He wants your rebounds, matter of fact.
he wasn't a great rebounder to me though. He was a good
Fuck out of here. He gets your rebound. Yo, fuck out of here.
he was an animated rebounder, but I wouldn't call him a good rebounder. Like he was just very animated and
Nah, I was watching the joint. I was watching the joints yesterday because I had to go back in the Wayback Machine. My man Lovelace challenged me. He said that what did he say? He said that Shaq won that Miami ring off of D Wade's back.
indeed.
And that I didn't agree with that.
We know.
I didn't agree with that. I felt like it was very much peanut butter jelly. I felt like it was very much a tandem. I felt like Wade couldn't have done the shit that he was doing if niggas didn't have to pay attention to Shaq. Yes, Wade scored out his mind. Yes. But he passed a lot less in the finals. Passed a lot less. His assists went from like 6 something to 3 something. So he passed a lot less and he scored 7 points more average as a result. But a lot of that is because niggas was bringing 1 and 2 defenders to Shaq, and Shaq wasn't hogging the paint. He was getting close to the paint, but making sure that he was boxing niggas out so that Wade could come down the lane and do the little whack, whack, whack. The shit don't happen without both pieces. I'm not saying Wade wasn't fucking ascending, but I'm also saying Shaq wasn't just out there. Shaq wasn't Udonis Haslam. That shit don't happen without Shaq.
Okay. I love you know what killed me with the with niggas, right? This would kill me. Out of every NBA player, we'll use context for a lot of these players, depending on unless it's like Wilt Chamberlain, Bill, anybody pre-merger. But like everybody that's after pre-merger, we use a lot of context, right? Niggas be like, oh man, such and such, whoop whoop whoop. And one thing I know, it seems like this nigga Shaq, out of all the all-time greats, maybe not only him though, but definitely him though, for the most part. Definitely him. He's the one player because he was so dominant that scaves away from these narratives. Like he can average 14 points in the fucking NBA finals and win. And people like you will sit here and say, well, he was clogging the paint and he is still like he was there, even though a nigga averaged 22 more points than him. Mm-hmm. But they would say when he did that at his apex, when a young Kobe Bryant turned the ankle, missed the game, fucked up his averages, and hey, listen, who cares about Kobe's context? He averaged more points though than Shaq, but who cares? A young Kobe, but polished veteran Shaq Oh, he got 4 rings. Why nobody say this nigga got carried though? Like they say Kobe got carried.
I never said Kobe got
Oh,
carried
they
though.
say it though. You know they say it though. See?
I don't believe that Kobe got carried either because I think that 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 three peat they needed both parts.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq can't get busy if Kobe ain't what Kobe was at that moment in his career. High impact balling Kobe was a different Kobe. That's not the Kobe that played Boston in the championship. High impact Kobe didn't play Boston in the championship. A smarter Kobe played Boston in the championship, and he played with his best tandem partner, Powell. That was his best tandem partner. I don't care if him and Shaq won 100 rings together. The best player that Kobe ever played with was Powell.
Huh?
Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry to break that news to y'all here on the pod. I think I might have shared this with y'all before, but Kobe's best running mate and his best partner has always been Powell, and it
Elaborate.
will always be Powell.
Elaborate.
Powell is the, and I'm not going. This is going to sound weird, but Powell is the big man equal to Kobe. He wasn't that when he got there, but he understood. He didn't have the ego. It wasn't about, "Hey, this is my show, little fella, and when I'm done with it, it'll be your show." It wasn't that bullshit tug of war shit. Powell understood how Kobe played hoop, and he played similarly with the Spain team or whatever the fuck. So that wasn't a big adjustment for him. Powell could handle the rock, he could pass, he had vision, and he could shoot, and he was smart. He would make the smart basketball play, and Shaq didn't do that. Shaq made the Shaq basketball player because I gotta go out there and kill these niggas because I told my father, George, who's sitting in there, I told the sergeant, George, that I was going to do this and I had to do it. He was pressured. Shaq was pressured and he did shit and he played outside of the system or the game because he needed that for him. He needed that ego stroke. Powell didn't do that. Powell played hoop. He went out there and said, "We're gonna play winning fucking basketball." Shaq said, "I'm gonna be the reason why we're winning." Those are two different styles of hoop. I know you want to big up Shaq right now, but you can't. You can't.
It's hard to when I was just kind of like bagging on the nigga, but like when you're just blatantly saying the shit you're saying, yeah, like what the fuck are you talking about right now? Like, no, Pau Gasol wish he could be the player that Shaquille O'Neal was, bro. Like he like that, like come on, bro. Don't get
His
me.
dominance was different. His dominance was not a physical dominance; it was a brain dominance. He out IQ'd other teams, and him and Kobe fucking outplayed other teams and outcoached other teams. That was him and Kobe's bag. Shaq out dominated everybody because you don't have a nigga that can do what I can do. That's my size. That's not going to get in foul trouble.
Kobe just
Powell just did it with a different muscle.
Kobe was just more determined at that time than any player in the league to win another ring. So like part of that is what it is. No, he did not carry Pau Gasol. But the thing about it is what I'm trying to get you to understand is like you can say that Pau Gasol is a more complimentary player to a Kobe Bryant because especially if Kobe Bryant wants to be the alpha, wants to be the A guy on the team, Pau Gasol is a guy that's more willing to relinquish that to Kobe and play his role versus a Shaq because we've seen how that went. Shaq did not want to play second fiddle to Kobe. Shaq publicly said things like, "See what happened when they don't get a big dog. You know, they lose a game. They ain't feed me enough." He's saying these things, and Kobe. Not to say that Kobe wasn't saying shit either. Of course, Kobe was saying shit, but no, like far as the ego thing, like yeah, that just goes into to say like if if Shaq was so important to And I'm not saying that he wasn't. I'm not saying that he wasn't still very, very valuable because he clearly was arguably the best center in the league still. But what I'm saying is that if you can do that for D Wade, why couldn't you do it with Kobe? Why couldn't you just bow down to Kobe like, yeah, this young bull ascended? You said it multiple times. Yeah, Kobe, what's up, Mr. Dominant, the most dominant? What's up, best player in the world? All type of dick riding shit these motherfuckers was doing. Shaq basically acknowledging that Kobe is the best player in the world. Now, some would be like, well, he was just trying to look out for his homie. He didn't have to. He could have just said he's the best player in the world. And nobody would have been like, oh, Shaq wild as hell for saying he the best player in the world in 2002. Nobody would have said nothing. You're saying Kobe Bryant's the best player in the world in 2002.
I think he needed to be traded to have the fucking understanding for that, though. I think that trade was what was needed because he says it today. When I got to Miami, I didn't want to make the same mistake I made in LA. And I told Dwayne, this is his team and I'm just here to help. Like he says that shit all the time because he knew that how he was carrying that shit in LA was a mistake. But I think that takes maturity. I think that takes time. And I think that takes circumstance, like being
Why did
fucking
he do
traded.
it the first interview in Miami, nigga? What experience? What maturity? That was literally realizing that LA valued Kobe more than you at that time. That's all that was. They told your ass they're not giving you that max. That we're gonna give it to Kobe. That's what they told him. One of y'all got to get this super max. It's not you. You're 32 years old with bad feet. You're not getting it. Sorry.
All kinds of injuries, lingering injuries.
Over with. It's over
It's
with.
ugly.
And it's
I'm,
fuck.
I low key miss the contract wars because now I don't feel like it's a contract war. Now I feel like contracts is like jail. You just get time served and you get blessed. Austin Reeves, crazy contract. Why they pay that man? Because Luca like him. Because Luca Doncic likes you. You got paid. We thinking about life post LeBron, and it's life with Luca and Austin Reeves. The young bull don't show up when it matters. Why pay him that much money? You could have shaved a little bit off the top. I wouldn't even have been mad if they shaved a little bit off the top. Take 20 off the deal. He earned that like a motherfucker. 20 or 30. Take it off the deal. He earned that like a motherfucker. Austin Reeves getting paid how much for 5 years, Wop?
Like 180.
Five for 180 for Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
Not even a third option.
Yeah.
Not even a third option. We paying fourth and fifth options $180 for 5 years.
He a third option. He could be a two option too, depending on like the team. He could be. I wouldn't necessarily want him as a two option. I would want him more as a three, just based off of like the defense part of it. Like he's so atrocious defensively. And it seems to like historically players that got attacked defensively, offense tends to kind of fall off. Not all of them, but guys like this, like yeah, like where we scheming against you. Like you would have to be so like Austin Reeves would have to be so talented to the point where a team decides they want to build around him and then hide him like they would try to hide a Luka Doncic, a Stephen Curry. You would have to be the face of the team for them to hide you. The way the teams that he's on, you cannot get hidden. Like under no.
I don't even want it. You're saying that he gets hidden and he gets attacked. It's not that simple, bro. I want y'all to go back and watch some of these key games for the Lakers. They was calling multiple pick and rolls so that they could get matched up against Austin Reeves and then do whatever they want. I seen a team on 4 possessions straight run down 20 seconds of a 24-second shot clock just so that they could get Austin Reeves, and they knew they could do whatever they fucking wanted in 4 seconds worth of time. The young bull couldn't hold water for 4 seconds. That's nasty work. You don't pay son 180 million. They was held hostage with him. He won that deal. Now, speaking of winning deals, I told y'all on the pod a long time ago, Charlotte wasn't going to pay LaMelo. I told y'all, Charlotte's not going to pay LaMelo. As soon as Luka got paid, I said, I bet y'all Charlotte don't pay LaMelo because it ain't in it. It don't make no sense to pay him. He don't play winning basketball. It don't make no sense to pay LaMelo to max him out. You got to realize you can't win with him before it's time to max him out and get him the fuck out of here. And what did Charlotte wake up and do this morning? They traded LaMelo Ball for Nas Reed and 17 ham sandwiches.
As they should.
They traded him for a picnic. They building around the white boy who can shoot threes like Steph, Brandon Miller, the weirdo,
Why you
and
gotta be?
now they just got some pick swaps.
Why you gotta be a widow?
Nah, because why he be dyeing his hair like that? I don't like that. That's weird to me. You niggas that's dyeing your hair like that, y'all are weird, just like the young men that are painting their fingernails. Don't like it. Don't support it. It's never been part of my NBA, brother. But free choice. Paint your nails if you like. If that does something to you, paint your nails.
Charlotte should have blew that shit up, bro. Like they going nowhere right now, bro. Like they going nowhere. Eventually, you just gonna have to pay Lamelo. You might as well trade him, get something for him. Don't let him just because he could just walk too at some point. And like I always say, like bro, like if you an owner, bro, the worst place to be is in no man's land. Like Lamelo and them made a play in this year, so now you fucking up the draft. Just list shit, doing this making a play in this shit. You fucking up the draft. We need to be bad. Like that's the only way a small market team can have any success. You have to be real bad and luck up on a generational franchise type player. And they thought they had that in Melo. I don't think Melo is that. I don't think Melo should be the best player on no team. So luckily he is going to play with Anthony Edwards, and who's a better player than him, and he can thrive as a number two. We'll see.
When Minnesota didn't get Giannis, I said that Minnesota was ruining Ant's career. I said he was going to die in a small market.
Who?
I still believe. I said Ant was going to die in a small market. I still believe he don't see a championship with this team that they've assembled. I still believe that. They got to do some more work. Something else got to happen. I got to see how him and LaMelo play together. I still believe he's not seeing a championship with that team, but I do think that it was a great attempt. You know what I'm saying? Like, your girl ever been bitching at you, telling you that you're not romantic, telling you that you don't do shit right, you're not a good guy. So you go to Walmart, you get some flowers, you take her out to eat, and then she bitching at you because you ain't present the flowers the right way. You didn't take the flowers out the plastic wrap and wrap them in the wax paper with the little ribbon bow tied around it. Like, goddamn, bro. Like, I'm fucking trying. That's Minnesota. I'm trying.
Minnesota, bro. Minnesota is doing more than just trying, bro. Minnesota is a team that for 2 straight years went to the Western Conference Finals. The first year they went there, I think people were shocked that they kind of got there. Not entirely shocked, but just still somewhat shocked. They upset a Phoenix Suns team in the first round. Then they went on to beat the defending champions, right? Nuggets, second round. Tough 7 game series. Then you lose to Aluka, right? I can't hear you, my nigga. You talking? I can't hear you.
You good? I'm listening.
Oh, but yeah, so when we factor that in, like I said, that year in particular, that was a Anthony Edwards "I have arrived" moment, right? Like you upset KD now, beat the shit out of him, upset Denver, lose to Luka, now cool. Trade Cat. Mm. What the fuck is the Timberwolves doing? They going backwards. They get Julius Randle. We get back to the Western Conference Finals with Julius Randle.
Buns, by the way.
He wasn't buzzed the first couple of rounds though. He played decent, bro. Against the Lakers, Julius Randle was a problem against the Lakers. A problem.
That was a revenge game now. That was a revenge series.
I don't give a fuck what it was.
He was motivated by something different.
I ain't gonna say I make my takes off of narratives. I just like to show people the truth about casual when I say casual shit. Cause granted, don't get me wrong, I didn't think Julius Randle was necessarily an upgrade from Cat. I've kind of felt like they was somewhat lateral. And hear what I say this. Cat at that time with the Timberwolves, if he was worth it, they would have just paid him. They would have went over the second April. They would have said, fuck it. They didn't even believe in him. That's just how I feel. And maybe they not wrong because at that time, Cat was kind of somewhat lackadaisical in the playoffs. Not to say he was bad as fuck, but he wasn't good either.
He
Julius
wasn't worth maxing out. He wasn't worth taking that penalty.
Julius Randle was just like, okay, at least if we get a guy like that, at least we might be neutral. We might not get better, but cool. Check it out. They were. The very next year, they still get to the Western Conference Finals. This year, obviously, you lose to a Spurs team, second round. And out there with one leg, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
DiVincenzo out.
It's a lot going on.
Mike Conley old.
It's a lot going on.
It was a lot. I think LaMelo fills that spot for him. Giving up Nas is a big deal a little bit because they don't have a big man. So I think you got to go out there. You got to go shopping. But I still don't see them getting better than the rest of the West. And we still got some time because some more trades is going to happen. Free agency is going to happen. But when I say the best of the West, I'm mainly talking about the Spurs, OKC, because that's where it is. And the Nuggets ain't going to have a year like they had this year every year.
You said the who?
The Nuggets, they're not going to have a year like they had in the playoffs this year every year. I think they're going to be better in the future. Not much better, not eons better, because I still hate Jamal Murray. But I don't see them being this lack of comp every year.
I mean, bro, they a team, bro. Like at the end of the day, they're a team that's kind of in no man's land too right now because They just not a great destination as far as where people want to live, and that is unfortunately how people view shit. You know, like not even say unfortunately, like it'd be. I have to just get drafted to Denver just to like live in Denver, like
Yeah, destination matters. And if I'm gonna go somewhere, one of these weak ass markets, it better be fucking Texas where I ain't gotta pay taxes.
yeah,
Better be Florida where them taxes hit different. It can't be no bullshit place like Denver where it's snow on the ground 8 months a year.
right.
It can't be that. It can't be that.
Like I could fake probably go to Phoenix because it's nice, the weather cool. I ain't gonna say I would choose Phoenix, but if you ask me to choose between Phoenix and Denver, give me Phoenix. Give me Phoenix. The
And
altitude,
they fans go crazy.
altitude shit out there in Denver, the mile high, all that. I don't got time for that. Yeah, because motherfuckers be trying to make it seem like it's just different out here when you train, and I hear you. It seemed like every year Denver teams would just be in the fucking finals or some shit, or the Super Bowl, but don't seem like that's the case. Niggas make it seem like it's the hyperbolic chamber over there and shit. Like, uh, no. So yeah, I just think Denver is a no man's land because again, you got an aging superstar, and the difference between him and Giannis is actually chasing his legacy. Jokic, yeah, Jokic's right. I
He
don't,
like to wrestle bears. Jokic don't give a fuck about
I
basketball.
don't
He
give
want to wrestle bears and race horses.
Jokic's like the Russian of Apollo. I mean, Rocky and shit. Like he dies, man. Like I don't give a shit, man.
If we chip, we chip. If
Right.
we chip, we chip.
We-
If we chip, we chip.
All my life, simple, just like that. Like, and if and oh, hey, man, everybody ain't in it for the same reasons. We know that. I think most players that play basketball today are in it for the lifestyle. I think players stop being what I would call real life students of the game and like, just for the love of the game. And like I don't really like to be nasty and like when we talking about like GOAT shit, because I like to really just stick to the like, you know what I'm saying, the obvious shit, like the basketball portion of it. But like to me, part of what makes Jordan the GOAT for me is the fact that he had a for the love of the game clause. Like players, players wouldn't dare need that today because I don't think players like really just casually hoop. Like I think everything is about protecting their brands, which is understandable. The money is so at a like it's at an all time high. The money wasn't like that for Jordan though. You really just had to like playing basketball, like truly. Growing like in the 70s and 80s, like basketball is a way out, like for people like where I can go to college, right? Now basketball is a way, like all I need to do is get a scholarship, one and done.
NIL and I can fucking
Now I can make money in college now.
yeah. Now I can make money in college. I don't even need to go pro. I could just fucking I can flame out once I go pro or once I attempt to go pro, and I still got the NIL money that I can fucking make a life on if I'm smart. If I'm smart.
No, for sure. But that's what I'm
Now,
saying. That's just the difference in the game where I feel like if players felt like Jordan, right? Where I'm driving down the road and I see Hank Willie and them shooting that thing around. I can just get out the car, park that thing, hoop, because I just love I'm just a fiend for the game. I can hoop. Break my motherfucking leg. And y'all still gotta pay me. Cause I love the game that much. I'm telling y'all right now, I can't help myself. I see the basketball and I just want to play. I love the game. That's what's missing from today's era of basketball. I don't think these players love the game. They just love the lifestyle.
It's a good lifestyle. It's a
What?
good lifestyle.
We just seen Austin Reeves get $180 million.
Giannis about to get paid, and if he don't get paid in dollars or chicken nugget sponsorships with Chick-fil-A down in Miami, he getting paid in pussy. All right. We know Giannis is horny. We seen him with the antics, with the bell. He done got that young lady knocked up. I think they on kid number 5. He won't leave that woman alone. He got traded down to Miami for some bullshit. And I ain't gonna say no bullshit because motherfuckers been wanting Tyler Hero for a very long time. And I don't know why. Because him and Duncan Robinson was the biggest catfish, NBA catfish I've seen in a long time. But whatever. They wanted Hero. They got Hero. Pat Riley is no longer playing GM.
What are you doing?
Pat Riley is now gambling man.
How you gambling?
That move was a gamble.
You sure?
Yo, give me Giannis. You can have whoever on the roster that's not named Bam Adebayo.
What do an owner supposed to do or GM, right? What do a GM supposed to do when you're trying to obtain a superstar, right?
You can't gamble like that, G.
Yes, you do. You historically have gambled like that. The Lakers,
Not that tough.
the
Not that
Lakers
tough.
gave up.
Pat,
The Lakers gave up everything to get AD, and they won first year. Historically, people do this.
the Heat gave up draft picks going into 2030.
Fuck them.
So if Giannis fuck around and get hurt and the Heat are bad, the Bucks are going to benefit like nobody else. This is like this is how OKC set up the shit that they got going on now with fucking lottery draft picks and these niggas was damn near in the finals.
They would have still got all that shit, even if the Clippers would have won the ring. So what I'm saying is that no matter what, as a organization, your job is to get better. Are the Heat a better team than they were last year? Yes or no?
To only have $18 million before Norman Powell signed out, to only have $18 million and you got no fucking bodies. You got no shooters. You got nothing. It's just fucking Giannis and Bam and a defensive minded point guard, which basically looks like Milwaukee South.
So Wiggins ain't on shit.
You know how I feel about Wiggins. You know how I feel about Wiggins.
Lighten me.
And he's Canadian. Shout out to Boxing Day. You know how I feel about Wiggins.
I'm just saying, bro. Like you can make some shit happen with that team no matter what. I'm looking at it from the standpoint again, as a franchise, your job is to try to get better. And they got better. That's it. You gotta do whatever it takes sometimes, especially when you're trying to acquire a superstar. Because that one superstar we already know can change everything for your franchise. everything could just fall into place. Bam Adebayo is not a number one option. Tyler Hero is
No,
not a number one option. You're not
no.
going nowhere. The closest thing they had to a number one option is no longer there, and that was Jimmy Butler. And even as phenomenal he was trying to play, still, poo. You have a Giannis now.
I just don't like 3/4 Giannis, bro. I don't like 3/4 Giannis. In the fourth, you can't rely on Giannis. I don't like 3/4 Giannis. He not a closer. Bam is not a closer. Yeah, we saw him score 83, but Bam ain't no closer.
I mean, he's not, but they
They're
talk
going to play a great defensive game. They're going to play an excellent defensive game.
they talking about trying to get Russ. I don't know if that's gonna be like super ideal.
The Brickarooski.
It ain't even about
Go
him
ahead.
being though. It's more just about they need a point guard, somebody that can run offense. Russ,
Veteran field general.
he can still
Go
do
on
that.
and get CP3 while you at it. Call this nigga, ask him to come out of retirement.
They need to get some vet shooting. I mean, not vet, but try to get some, vet minimal shooting. Miami is Miami. That's the beauty of Miami. Like, it's a destination that people will say, you know what, like, uncompared to a situation like Denver. If you had to take the veteran minimum in Denver or Miami, fuck it. Selfish me.
Because if nothing else happens, I'm gonna have a good time. If don't shit else pop off, I'm gonna have a good time. This is a lifestyle move.
Yeah.
This ain't a profession move. Just like you was just talking about niggas not being committed to the game. Hey, I'm going to Miami. I'm gonna take that mid-level exception. I'm gonna take that veterans minimum, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do because worst case scenario, I'm in Miami. And I like it. I gotta see what else they do in Miami for Giannis, for Bam. Just like in Minnesota, I gotta see how the rest of the story plays out. Everybody else is making some pretty decent moves. Brooklyn got Julius Randle. Who knows why? But they got Julius Randle. They did the Timberwolves a solid. They traded him for a bag of chips. Couple of the moves being made. We just it's going to be a good free agency. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on in free agency this summer of the NBA. I'm like super pumped. Like now that the shit is over, July is approaching. Like I can't wait. So I'm like, yo, where KD going? Where Kawhi going once this investigation clears up? Who's going to take who? Because some surprising names are going to take some minimums. Somebody else is going to take some pay cuts so that they can put some shit together somewhere else. Hopefully, Kevin Durant's not involved with any of these other big three combinations because he's just bad luck. He's a bad luck bear. I don't want to see him die in Houston, but damn it, I don't want to see him involved in no other big threes. The Thompson boys got to get paid. Detroit's got to make some shit happen because they told Cade Cunningham, "Yo, we gonna get you, hero," and they couldn't get him. They told Cade, "We gonna get you, Giannis," and they couldn't get him. So now Cade out there, he angry. So you got to go make Cade happy. You got to go get him something, and you're not finna re-sign the big boy Durant. You're not finna re-sign him because that ain't the answer.
They in no man's land right now, man. It's fucked up.
They held hostage.
Shorty all NBA may qualify for the max.
Shout out to Silver and that 65 game minimum rule.
You don't think this boy Durant want that money?
And he gonna get it.
No, he not.
Well, he gonna get the max that he can get. He not getting them bird rights.
He gonna get the max he can get. But I think Detroit gonna let him walk. That's what I think gonna happen.
If they smart, they would. I wouldn't sign that nigga. I mean,
Nigga, man.
his playoff performance doesn't, match what his regular season performance was, but his regular season performance wasn't max worthy either. He just got them accomplishments off of some context, like we talked about earlier,
Being the second most consistent Piston. That's why you got that money. He's the second most consistent Piston.
he didn't have a collapsed lung. Shout out, shout out to the non-collapsed lungs out there.
I mean, you could argue it's either him. Asar pretty consistent too, like the Thompson brother. He pretty consistent, but I would say like his impact through the season, like again, like he just qualified for all max. He an all NBA player, bro. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough, bro. Not gonna lie to you.
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. But I got my TV turned on. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I got my ticker. I got my notifications set up. I'm ready to fucking argue with you niggas about NBA all summer. It's gonna be a taco and tequila party at the crib. Might make some content out of it. That'll be pretty fire. I'll show that shit on the YouTube page. I might make some content out of it. It's gonna be a good joint. 4-3 Diz this summer. WAP got a birthday coming up this weekend, y'all. Yo, and we don't do this because we're not young ladies, but I will say if you support your creators, support WAP on his birthday. That young man is turning 30 for the 8th time.
Well, 7.
Make sure you cash out my man so he can fucking take a trip back to the Cabrini Green, where Cabrini Green used to be. Make sure you cash out my man so he can get some oxtail pizza. He's gonna be outside all weekend. What's it looking like for you this weekend? Something crazy. Is it gonna be a Zuvi?
It's gonna be something like that, man. You know, but it's just typical WAP day shit, man. You know, bunch of the gang showing some love, pretty much. You know, good vibes. You know. So me personally, I ain't never been like it's my birthday week and all that. I've been fake talking that shit though, but I still ain't really on that. I'm chilling with the work. Ain't nothing changed. Like motherfucker gon' basically be themselves for the most part. Like it's just a regular day for WAP, man. Just people gonna show out because it's my day. That's it.
I hate niggas like that. Cause I took the whole week off.
This nigga.
My birthday on like a fucking Tuesday.
For
My
the
part,
for the 40 ball, I might do that for sure.
my birthday ain't on my birthday on a Tuesday. My party is the Saturday after the Tuesday.
So you got
Took
a
the whole week off.
my B day been falling the last few
Lovely.
years, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. Shout out to Labor Day.
Yeah. Friday, Saturday, I've been smacking their ass on me.
Nope, my shit's on a Tuesday. I got the whole week off. I ain't even going nowhere. Fuck around staycation. But that Saturday the 18th, that's when the party gonna be. It's gonna get real crazy. But y'all, if y'all know where to find WAP, then y'all know where to pay WAP. Hit WAP. Let him know you want a blessing for his birthday. You know what this is. We'll be back next week for Independence Day. Independent creators. Creators up 10,000.
I see dead people. What?
Whose world is this?
The world is yours. The world is yours.
It's mine. Whose world is this?
It's yours.
This is culturally inappropriate.